Hi, Linda.
Hi.
Wow, looks like you've got a busy day. Who are all these people?
Friends, contacts, leads. I've decided to reactivate my career network.
Why? You've got a job. I thought you liked working at the cafe.
Oh, yeah, I'm happy to have the job, but I think I'm ready for a step up. I'm going to start reaching out to see if there might be something on the management side somewhere.
You're thinking of changing jobs in this market? That's pretty gutsy of you. I'm impressed.
Well, I found my job through Mindy, my neighbor's daughter. We were just chatting one day and she mentioned this opening, gave me a few names to contact, and 2 months later I was hired.
That reminds me of what my old sales buddy Matt once said. Every place you go is a chance to meet someone, and everyone you meet is a chance to grow your network.
Well, I know Matt. He's a great salesman. Hey, we should both give him a call. He knows everybody, and if anybody's hiring, he'll know it.
Sure, but I'm no sales guy. I know I've got to sell myself, but I really should focus on getting my resumes out.
Well, networking really helps your other efforts. Most jobs aren't formally listed. They're promoted from within or through word of mouth. Connecting with others can really open doors for you down the road. And just because someone isn't in the same line of work doesn't mean they should be overlooked. They may know of opportunities you'd never hear about otherwise.
Maybe I should take another look at networking. But something tells me you're not talking about my bowling night with the guys.
Actually, I am. Those guys, their families and friends, your family and friends. See what I mean?
Yeah, but how do I turn them into a network?
Well, my friend Stacy suggested making 2 lists, a professional list and a personal list. In the first, you list the names of everyone from your work world. So whether you know them or not, your former colleagues, acquaintances from professional groups, business associates of family and friends, even people you read about in the news.
That's a lot of names. What about the second list, the personal one?
Well, in that one, list everyone else you know. Your neighbors, relatives, people you do business with, people you know from church or volunteering or community activities, like your bowling league.
I could also reach out to some of my school and service buddies. I'm meeting with my accountant next week. I could talk with him. I bet he has a lot of clients. But what should I say? I don't want to ask flat out for a job.
Well, think about how the people in your network can help identify opportunities for you. What do they need to know?
Well, they need to know I'm looking for a job, of course. But I could tell them what type of work I'm looking for. Maybe describe some of my skills and experiences.
That's right. You want to paint a picture of yourself and the job you're looking for. What you've just described is sometimes called an elevator speech, a quick 30-second summary of who you are professionally. It's easy to remember, easy to say, and it's easy to plant anywhere.
I like that. It's kind of reassuring to know that I already know what I want to say about myself. That way I won't find myself tongue-tied when I meet someone new.
Exactly. Even if you're just talking to your neighbors, the ideas in your elevator speech could come in handy. You never know, they could know somebody that knows someone else with job leads. Networking can happen anywhere and with anyone.
Okay, but what about business cards? I've heard that it's good to have something to hand out, describing what I do.
Oh, definitely. Always have your business cards with you. Keep it simple though, just your contact information and briefly highlight your most important skills or qualifications. Then anywhere you are becomes a place to plant that seed and network.
Well, I feel a lot better about networking when I think about it as staying in touch. But how do I keep from wearing out my welcome?
Well, don't ask for a job outright. Instead, ask people for advice. Most people are happy to share their professional experiences and resources if you ask them. And that's when the job opportunities can pop up.
Hey, that's a great approach. Then when someone does give me advice, I have another reason to follow up and say thanks. Maybe they'll keep me in mind when a job does come along.
You got it. Another thing, if you haven't done so already, think about joining a local job support group or club. When you get together with people who are in your situation, there's a rapport. You can share tips and resources, give advice as well as get it.
Good idea. With the job market the way it is, I do get down sometimes. It'd be good to talk to people who understand what I'm going through. We could help expand each other's networks, too.
Well, speaking of expanding networks, have you gone online and joined LinkedIn and Facebook?
I've heard about these networks, but I don't know much about them. Should I join?
Well, I did, and I found them to be a great way to expand my professional and personal contacts. Facebook helps me stay in touch with friends and reconnect with old ones, and I use LinkedIn to keep a foot in the professional world. I can show you my LinkedIn profile if you have a minute.
I sure do.
See? I joined LinkedIn by setting up a user account. It was easy and free.
Wow. It looks like you have a lot of contacts.
Well, it's taken some time to grow my network, but now I use it about every other day to connect with new people who share similar professional interests. I've found training resources as well as tips for negotiating a salary raise and other advice.
I'll join too. It looks like a terrific resource, and it's cheaper than buying somebody lunch.
Well, social media sites are great for maintaining and growing your contact list. But David, you got to remember, nothing replaces your going out there into the real world every time you can and meeting people face to face.
Speaking of which, I've got some networking to do.
Me too. I've got a bunch of people to tell about me and you. For more information about job searching at 50 plus, visit aarp.org/jobtips.